Welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck. My name is Adam Arduna, and this is my mom, Gina.
He's the journalist.
And she is the enthusiast. And so today's episode
I'm not that enthusiastic today.
Yeah, I'm actually not either. I'm a little tired from watching the game last night.
Yes.
Today's episode is about the NBA Finals. And so it just wrapped up last night. It was a Game 7. It made it to a Game 7, which is what we did predict.
We did predict that, yes.
So we were in favor of Golden State throughout the series, but we knew it was going to be a tough series all the way through and through. And so last night was the final game. It was Game 7. Made it back to Oracle. We initially said that if it made it back to a Game 7 in Oracle, that Golden State would win, but that was not the case last night.
And I think specifically we thought if it was 6 games, it'd probably be Cleveland. If it was 7, it would be Golden State. And as you just said, you know, it was 7 games, but they fell short.
They did fall short.
And, you know, true to form, we have to follow up. And, you know, I want to start by saying congratulations to the Cleveland Cavaliers franchise.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, it's a big deal. They needed it. It was 54 years?
Yes, it was a long drought. It was kind of like
50 years. Yeah.
It was like when the Red Sox broke their drought. It was we had something similar. Kansas City had been on a 30-year drought from a championship, and it's a good thing for the citizens of Cleveland. And I have been salty about Cleveland in general, and I said I would say why, and I'll tell you the why. I felt like how they handled themselves when LeBron left, not initially because they were emotional and all that. I get that. But for years and years and years, the continuation of the hate they poured at him made it feel like they're just going to whine and cry and be salty until they get what they want. And now they've gotten what they wanted. And it just, to me, that's not the way you do it. You can be mad for a while. You got to let it go. You got to embrace the guy, be happy for what he's doing in Miami, and then embrace him when he comes home. What you did was salty the whole time, cried and cried till you got what you wanted. And now you got it. So congratulations, Cleveland. You got your championship. There you go.
You know, it just, you know, hearing you say it reminds me of a 3 or 4 year old.
I'm salty. I'm not going.
Well, seriously, what do you think about it? You know, they've come out with Believe Land and all these different documentaries over the city of Cleveland and all these teams that haven't won championships, all these professional teams. You know, it's funny because you think about Ohio State, which is in Columbus. It's not Cleveland, but the whole state is still very successful in a lot of the things that they do.
Correct.
Especially within Cincinnati and et cetera, you know, et cetera. Other schools.
You got the Bengals there.
You got the Bengals. Yeah, you've got
Big Ten football.
I mean, there's a lot of really for the whole state to sit there and, or at least Cleveland to make it seem like Ohio as its own isn't doing things. Well, that's kind of wrong. I think that's like,
well, let me ask you
to that, you know?
And I don't know Ohio, but I wonder if Cleveland's like the armpit of Ohio.
It must be.
Like, I wonder if the rest of Ohio's kind of like, yeah, that's them.
That's them.
You know, we're doing all right.
When you think about it, you know, Ohio State's winning national championships.
That's my point.
Yeah,
and they're so salty.
Good, yeah.
I wonder if the rest of the state just kind of pushes them to the side. Maybe there's deeper reasons.
Well, this is to my point to kind of what you were saying with, hey, you know, you were being salty. Like I said, this reminded me of a 3 or 4 year old throwing a tantrum.
Completely.
Finally got their way, screamed and complained, and finally everyone was just tired of hearing the noise, so we're like, fine, here, have your popsicle or whatever you needed. You know, you got LeBron back, okay, you held that note up there the whole time he was down there in Miami. Last time I checked, you guys were a professional organization. And so for me, I kind of felt like, in the way that you felt like, it's like, hey, I'm salty because you guys are salty. If you guys would have handled the situation better, maybe I would have been full in support about it. But the way that everyone handled the situation, including LeBron, you know, it's hard to sit there, you know, you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because there are some people within the organization, you know, especially guys like Tyronn Lue and some of the players that really didn't have a lot to do with it.
Kyrie Irving,
exactly.
Truth. I'm a huge fan.
You can't completely, you know, just blast everyone. But for the most part, I just kind of feel like the way things were handled made it hard to root for them.
Well, and I think that that's an epidemic or endemic of how LeBron handled the whole situation. People are saying, why does everybody say he's a crybaby? Because he's a crybaby. Because champions don't have to complain. You can yep all you want. You can be a big mouth. You can be a loud mouth. You can be a self-promoter. But when you're crying and complaining about other people, that takes the focus off you. Champions want the focus on them. And I felt like what LeBron did the whole time was focus on other people. Oh, what Draymond said crossed the line. Oh, the refs don't give me the call. It's always about someone else. That's what Cleveland, instead of making it about being proud for their city and who we've got and let's move forward, they made it about LeBron, like you said, till they got him back. Then LeBron, you know, he's out there doing his thing, and he makes it about everyone else. He cries and whines. He can't be gracious about the MVP, unanimous MVP. He can't be gracious about Coach of the Year. it's always pointing the finger at someone else. And he seems like a petulant child. Cleveland seems like petulant children. Congratulations, you wore everybody down.
Product of the system, clearly.
You wore everybody down. You got
your
what
way,
you wanted. And you got what you wanted on the backs of a team that had been worn down. Had played more games than anybody almost in NBA history, has won more games than anybody in NBA history, had gone to more Game 7s. You got your way by wearing everybody down, playing a team that was worn down, but you won at the end of Game 7. Thank you, Kyrie.
Thank you, Kyrie.
You scored more points, and you got your championship. I hope that popsicle doesn't choke you.
You better hold on to that popsicle as long as you can.
I hope that popsicle doesn't choke you.
Clearly,
there you go.
Yeah, back to what you just said, as we're kind of just going through our own breakdowns, at least for Golden State, to what you just said, they were worn down. They were worn down, and everyone was giving them all that haterade last year because they felt like they had the easy road and they didn't have to play. No, they came in and stepped up to the challenge and said, we'll not only play the hardest schedule, but we'll play the hardest teams because of our conference, and we're going to fight it out. And so Steph was worn down, knees and ankles. Draymond was very timid throughout the whole finals because he felt like if he breathed on anyone, he was going to get suspended.
Well, certainly the last 3 games.
Exactly.
Well, he's suspended, and then he had to come back and play timid, and then.
So it was bound to happen that there was a suspension, and then clearly in the first game where the bench came and blew it up, and all those things were true, and even through when they went back to Cleveland, it seemed like Golden State still had control. But again, with a long season, you have to really fight it out, and it wasn't a given. Cleveland was giving you everything they had. It was going to be a tough game.
We called it tough. We called it a tough series. We did not sit here and say Golden State was just going to run through Cleveland. No one said that. I actually felt like Golden State had the best chance to beat them. That being said, it's hard to feel that sense of pride and joy in a champion who you feel like whined and cried their way into it. Like they just wore everyone down.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, here's your damn ball.
Yeah,
go.
Right.
There's your trophy. Thank you, Cleveland.
Yes.
I don't even want to hear your name.
Yeah.
And then the rumor is, and I'm going to see your opinion, is that LeBron might leave.
Yes.
That now that he fulfilled his promise, he would leave. LeBron, please, for your own legacy, pack up your kids and go west. Go play in the West. Go play for LA. Go join the Clippers. Your boy Chris Paul is over there.
Sure.
Just let us all put the Cleveland thing to bed.
Right.
They got what they wanted.
Yep.
You fulfilled your promise. I'd like to be a fan of yours again. Get out of there.
I totally agree. And a guy like Tyronn Lue and Kyrie and all these guys that we just mentioned that we all love, not Kevin Love, the guys that we care about, we want them to have successful careers as well. And so we just hope that they don't have to stick with the Cleveland tag.
Yeah.
But just to your point, the rumor mill has been all he's got to do is just bring one championship and he's gone. And that's what it's been. And we'll know. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out. But that's what everyone's been saying. As soon as he brings a championship, his hands are wiped clean. He can go. So we'll see what happens. We'll find out.
Well, if his hands are wiped clean, I'd like to see him resurge as a gentleman and a champion, someone who is gracious in winning, aggressive in how you do it, but you don't have to tear everybody else down around you. I think that that's beneath a winner. And LeBron, you are clearly a winner. So step up and be a gentleman winner. That's what I'd like to see. That being said, I am salty. I love the dub. I'm all in for Draymond. He's now the Dark Knight. In my mind, that's your new nickname, Draymond, the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. I like it.
Come on back and get it and give us another great year next year.
Yeah, rest up, Warriors. Get healthy again. Come back with a new focus, new energy. You don't have to win 73 games. You just got to go out there and just try to go win another championship. Do you and have fun like you were doing all year. And keep it going. We're excited for next year's season with the Thunder coming back. There's a lot of good teams that'll be in the uprise, and so we'll see what happens. It was a good season. It's done, and so we can kind of move on and start moving on to other things. But we just want to say it was a fun series, fun season this year. We also want to say thanks for watching. We appreciate your time. There'll be more from us coming up. We just want to say thanks for watching.